Earlier this year, thousands of social grant recipients were left stranded when their grant payments were delayed. And now EasyPay says it's created a tailor-made solution that will eliminate delays. Its new card system will allow people to withdraw money at ATMs or simply use it at retailers. But the financial services provider also provides loans to those who cannot afford or get their grants money on time. To discuss this further, we have Simphiwe Phakathi from EasyPay. Simphiwe, good afternoon to you and thank you for joining us. I think we all have bloodshot eyes because we haven't slept much due to the excitement of the victory of the Springboks. Are you also very still carrying or riding that wave of celebration?
Absolutely. So firstly, good day and good afternoon to all our viewers. Thank you, Cindy, for having me. Yes, of course. I'm no different. I wish I could be saying I'm chatting to you live from France, Paris, with the boys, but I'm still with them in spirit.
Absolutely. Now, but let's talk about bread and butter issues, especially to the most vulnerable in society who are protected by the Constitution in terms of the government safety net. We saw a disaster playing out in September where many who are reliant to their payments from the Post Bank weren't able to access their payment. How far are we in ensuring that something similar can be avoided and prevented?
So thank you for that question. So yeah, September was really a difficult time for many of our grant recipient clients across the country. I cannot necessarily comment on what the issue was with that financial institution. I think they've come out on record to say what the challenges were. But to cut a long story short, as EasyPay Everywhere, we want to offer a valid alternative to all grant recipients to receive their funds securely and most importantly, timely manner in their bank account. So coincidentally, during that period, in fact, all our clients who had already exercised their right, because if you our grant recipients now have a choice to receive their grant in any financial institution, EasyPay Everywhere being one of them. So many of ours did not experience any challenges during that time because we did not experience any challenges during that unfortunate time.
Yeah, and what makes EasyPay work better than and of course I don't want to compare the public sector in terms of government, infrastructure, and just all these kind of challenges. But EasyPay, obviously a privately owned company, largely online, where you can access, or even at retailers, where you're able to have the convenience of paying your bills and also being able to receive your money. What makes it different?
I think what makes us different is I think we've got we're born from this market, in essence. We have more than 1 million clients who've chosen to use our banking offerings. So we offer banking solutions using an EasyPay card, and our clients can now choose between the green or black card. But we also offer value-added services, because we know that from time to time, the grant on its own is not enough. So we then are able to offer value-added solutions such as lending, which we call EasyPay loans, which are very affordable and definitely they're able to pay them over a longer period of time. But we go a little bit further also to ensure that we think about moments that matter in their life, which is why we also offer insurance to many of our clients. When it comes to our banking offering, which is our EasyPay Everywhere account, it takes literally 10 minutes and we are able to use the latest technology to either open these accounts using a tablet, and within 10 minutes, a client can walk away with a fully fledged bank account, and we can then assist them in the process of switching their grant over to us.
So
And then the
are you saying
headaches
that
that they've
you're
been
also an
experiencing.
alternative to the loan sharks, Simphiwe? Because, you know, in terms of access to credit, as you're saying, if you're a grant recipient, you may not meet the means criteria from a bank or any other financial institution, and then the only option you have is then to subject yourself to a loan shark. Are you saying that EasyPay, in terms of its affordable services or even charges, is a better alternative?
Absolutely. Well, first of all, we're regulated. So we definitely work in line with the NCR requirements. So we definitely are a viable alternative to affordable lending in this particular client segment, so that we offer very credible and affordable lending solutions to these clients. Definitely.
But you also don't want to encourage a debt cycle, Simphiwe, especially with grant recipients who at max would probably only be earning about 3,000 Rand or so. So how does it work then to protect the consumer and not be irresponsible in the lending as a service provider?
Absolutely. We are a responsible financial services provider, so we would definitely not want to encourage irresponsible lending. So how it works is, first of all, for you to qualify for our lending product, you would need to be banking with us for at least 3 months, so that we can see the flow of funds, what you can and cannot afford from an income perspective. We then also score an application to make sure that we have sight of any additional credit that the applicant might have. And if the person cannot then obviously meet our scoring and affordability requirements, we unfortunately cannot grant them that credit. Those who can, we then obviously proceed. And the lending is up to a maximum of 2,000 Rand. And it's really doesn't change. So we don't charge interest on the loans. We charge mainly the service fee and the initiation fee, which means it's really in line with the regulator and very affordable. And
so you don't have investment or money market options, you know, or savings accounts for that matter, to encourage grant recipients to put aside money, be it as a safety net or a nest egg, or for, you know, in terms of emergencies. Are you only encouraging the short-term loans or unsecured loans that they would take?
No, so our primary banking offering is actually the EasyPay Everywhere bank account, which is a savings account. That is the same account they will receive their grant in. And that is what unlocks every other financial product that we could offer them. So the first product that they have to take up with us is a transactional account, which is why we've launched a new campaign called Easy Ndozi, because we believe that we offer the best alternative.
Yeah, but Simphiwe, isn't Dastangani, if you perpetually, I mean, you just said you can take a loan of up to 2,000 Rand, and if the person only earns about 350 or up to 2,000, for argument's sake, that in itself is maxing their own disposable income in order to pay a creditor like yourself.
Thank you for that question, because it gives me an opportunity to clarify. So, first of all, the 350 that you probably referred to is our SRD grant, and we don't lend to any client that receives that SRD grant. In fact, when you look at our client base, that accounts to about for less than 10% of our client base. So most of our client base, from a grant population perspective, is your permanent grant clients. So from child support grant all the way to old age grant. So definitely we do not lend to anyone who cannot afford it or who earns a grant that is low and does not have the ability to repay. So
and what is the repayment success of your clients, especially because, you know, already they're stretched in terms of the number or the amount of income that they're earning, the levels of defaulting and what the remedies are for that?
So, I mean, our results are publicly available because we're a listed entity. And if you would look, you'd see that our default rate is less than 5%, which is in line, in fact, far less than what we had anticipated from a risk perspective, which goes to show that our processes in upfront pre-qualifying, making sure that we don't lend to people who don't afford, are quite rigor, and affordability and repayments are quite well in line, in fact, above our expectations.
All right, Simphiwe, thanks for your time. Really appreciate it. Simphiwe Phakathi from EasyPay, talking about tailor-made solutions for grant recipients who can now access credit via the EasyPay system.